Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I thought I'd start out with a little introductory video about alien invasion. Oh, hello Dexter. That's my cat. He wants some attention. So anyway, this is a fun little game. I've been playing it for quite a while now, and there just always is more stuff to do and more interesting things. So as I said, I thought I'd tell you about it. And as soon as I catch this wizard guy, hang on a sec, there we go. Thought I'd start off with the interface. So basically, in the lower middle of the screen, it shows your cargo. That's how much stuff you're carrying. And it's interesting because you can different things take up a different amount of cargo space, but it doesn't actually directly correspond with, so you see I've got meat down there, 223, and I've got one blue egg, but that doesn't necessarily correspond directly to how much cargo space. So some humans you devour are worth more meat and some are worth less meat, and some of them take up more space in your cargo, and some of them take up less space, but as I say, it's not a direct correlation. More meat or more loot doesn't always mean more space. You can see the little catcher, the mini-me, running around. You can get those and you can upgrade them, but I haven't really found it to be terribly useful, and I've decided to spend my resources on other things. So anyway, so that's the cargo and the loot. Up in the upper left corner is my level, and it shows my experience. I need motorcycle going away. So I need 400 million to get to the next level. And it shows my hit points. And then in the upper right, it shows basically your stores of different things, and it lets you buy more of the things if you want. And there's a shop I'll show you in a moment. Also in that upper right, we have the settings, so you can adjust things about the game. We have the info, which tells you a bunch of stats which have effect on the game, but you knowing them doesn't really help much. And then the little weird DNA strand thing up in that far upper right, that tells you how much stores you have of most of the different kinds of loot. There are a few kinds of loot it doesn't tell you that you have a bunch of, and I'm not sure why, but that's how it is. So then in the lower right is kind of the upgrades, and so you can see again how much you have of some of the loot that's important for upgrades, and then you can upgrade various aspects of your weird tentacled spider thing. So you can see the catching speed is the first one there, and I have upgraded mine quite a lot, which is why it would cost me 7.4 billion meat to get the next upgrade of it, as well as 10 of the purple DNA. I'll probably still do that, but you can see it's way more expensive than the cargo capacity. And so basically, the more you upgrade something, the more it costs. So if you upgrade one thing a lot, it will cost tremendously more to upgrade the next time compared to something that you haven't upgraded. So it's often worth it to kind of go back and get the lower upgrades of other things, such as cargo capacity. So you can fit more things in your stomach when you go around eating people. The catching tentacles. So you have, as you move around, your tentacles go out and attack things when you get in range. And the more attack tentacles you have, the more catching tentacles you have, the more individual things you can grab and do damage to. There's also a group attack one, which lets a bunch of your tentacles attack the same target. which means you can do a lot more damage to a single target than normal. So in the case of mine, I've currently got 10 I can do as a group attack, which means that I can do basically 10 times as much damage when I'm attacking a single target. You can upgrade your move speed, your catching radius, that's pretty handy, and your hit points. And then in the bottom left corner is the shop, and you can buy things there, and I used to just ignore this because I thought it was only for if you were paying money for things, and I generally don't. It's a little bit of a philosophy, but quite frankly, also, I don't have a lot of money to spend on video games, so I tend to be a free player. But not everything is just money. If you scroll down the list here, there are some power-ups you can buy. I haven't bought the bonus resources or bonus XP, but I have gotten 6 levels of the bonus attack power. I have tended to focus on attack power a lot in the game, and it's very, very handy. And I'll probably buy the next one when I get up to 1.5 thousand gems. You can also buy extra meat or eggs, and I've considered it, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that so far. But anyway, you can buy a bunch of different things, mostly with money, but sometimes also with the in-game currency, the gems. And so that's how the basics of the game works, and you move around and you pick up different things. You start out in these tiny areas here, and there's initially a few things here, but not much, but you just get used to the mechanics of running around and devouring humans. And then when you get past, I don't remember, probably second level, when you get up to the second level, you can get to go out here and be part of the big game. And so there are more things to explore here. This is your base. When your cargo is full, you come back here to drop stuff off. It also heals you. And next to it over here is the rocket. And apparently at some point they plan to give more planets to you. So the idea of the game, by the way, the story is that you're this alien scorpion spider tentacle thing, and you've crash landed on this planet, and you're trying to gather stuff to build your rocket and get off the planet. So I've built the rocket, and what you have to do is you follow these lines to different parts. And so you go in through here and you follow this line, which takes you to eventually this place, and then basically he asks you to do some mission for him. If I remember right, this is one of the missions where there are drones that once you start this, their drones start flying around and you have to try to catch them, and they're really annoying to catch. But once you've caught a certain number of them, then this giant thing in a spacesuit comes out, and it will chase you, and it does lots of damage, and initially it's quite dangerous and frightening, but eventually you can take it out and get this guy to finish building that part of the rocket. So obviously I called them drones. They're satellites, officially. Yeah, so catch a satellite, catch a satellite, catch a satellite, etc. Then you get the astronaut. That's the big scary guy. Then you catch more satellites until you get the astronaut again, and then you finish that part, and you can go on to the next. And it kind of goes on like that. Oh, I've got a farm over here. Let me go ahead and collect it. And while I'm at it, I'm going to devour some humans. And so you basically go through looking for the parts of the rocket that you're building. Let me chase down this wizard and get the potion for the event that's going on. I'll tell you more about the event in another video or two. They didn't used to have events, but they've started having them about every 2 or 3 weeks, and they're kind of fun. They're awfully similar, but they can give you some good bonuses for doing stuff with it. But anyway, so that's the basics of the game. You follow around and try to do stuff, and you collect the resources. And I'll say more about that in the next video. I'll just come back to base here and empty my cargo. And thank you for listening. And if you liked it, of course, please subscribe so that I can make more videos. Thank you very much.